Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
I have a confession to make. When my kids were younger, I used to hide a jar of Nutella in my sock drawer and sneak a spoonful every once in a while when I got a chance to be alone, which wasn't too often. I knew if I had to share it, the whole jar would be gone in a couple of days. Inevitably, when I sat down to savor my moment of chocolate bliss, a little pitter-patter of feet would enter my room. Let me tell you, it's hard to hide a spoonful of Nutella. And even if I did, my little son would hug me and say, "Mama, you smell like chocolate." I guess it was God's way of keeping me accountable. At that point, I had a choice. I could get annoyed and stew about my lack of privacy, or I could hug my son and share my Nutella. That's kind of how it is with God. In 2 Kings 6, 8-12, we find the king of Syria attempting to attack Israel, but every time Israel evaded him. He finally decided that he must have a traitor in his midst, telling the Israelites all of his plans. But when he confronted his servants, demanding, "Which of you is for the king of Israel?" one wise servant told him, "None, my lord the king, but it's Elisha, the prophet of Israel, who tells the king of Israel even the words you speak in the privacy of your bedroom." Not realizing it was Israel's God who was thwarting his plans, the king plotted to get rid of Elisha. He chafed under God's limitations. Not King David, though. Many years before the story in 2 Kings, David wrote Psalm 139. Let me read you some of it. It says, "Where can I go from your spirit? Or where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend into heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, you are there. If I take wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness will cover me, even the night will be light about me. Indeed, the darkness shall not hide from you. But the night shines as the day. The darkness and light are both alike to you." Now, instead of thinking of God as a heavenly stalker and attempting to get out from under his thumb, David embraced the limitations that God gave him, the hedges that he put around him. It gave him comfort to know that God knew him, every detail, and loved him anyway. He reveled in the fact that God was everywhere. He didn't want to get away from him or be out from under his watchful eye. He didn't want to get away with things. In fact, David ends the psalm by saying, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." Instead of trying to hide his possible defects from God, David invited him in. He acknowledged that God knew everything about him and welcomed him to change whatever he saw was wrong. Wow, what a great attitude. That's exactly what we need to become, to be more Christ-like. Is that your attitude today?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to share a treasure God has given you by doing an episode, please contact us. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you'll find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.